Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to Adobe Live. See so many familiar faces in chat. Hello, Dave, Kathleen. It's good to see all you guys. Thank you all for being here, and thank you guys for sticking around. If you were watching the previous stream, we've got an awesome day still going in full force for you guys today, doing some awesome compositing. Earlier today, we had Paul and Aaron from Flern that were mixing it up earlier. Now, I am your host for this segment, Voodoo Val, and I am joined by Ted Chin. We are here to be nerds and make some cool art for you guys. And then right after that, we are going to have Alexandria from Alexandria's Lens and Paul again. So it's going to be super awesome. Real quick before we jump into the day's work, I want to remind you guys that we have the Chat and Win that's going to be coming up here in about a half hour. So if you guys are over on Behance or over on YouTube, definitely come over to Behance and hang out in the chat because you guys could have a chance to win a cool prize. We're going to be doing a $30 Moo gift card today, and it's going to be awesome. And then we are going to be going over challenge entries later on in the day, which should be super, super fun. Remember, guys, our challenge today is a little bit different than usual. We have got an awesome contest going on called the Little Dream Challenge. And if you guys would like to enter that, feel free to also submit your entry to us so that me and Ted can give you guys some awesome feedback before you put it in for the huge contest. So we're very excited. Ted, how are you doing today?
Great.
Doing good?
Yeah.
Excited for the day? I know I am.
Super. Yes.
All right, so why don't we jump over to your screen and go over kind of what you did yesterday and the things you did after stream before jumping into our new project.
Yeah. So, hi guys. If you are here yesterday, you already saw this part. You just joined today. This is why I left from the yesterday's stream. So basically, after I get back to my hotel, and then I decide to finish the editing up. So here are on the right side, you can see all the layers that I created, and I'll explain what I did here and why I did those. Let's see. So I was adding the third wheel. That was like trying to figure out like where to put this wheel right here. So I decided to put it right behind the Empire State Building. So it gives you kind of a feeling like they're like layer up, overlay each other. So it's like have a depth of field, right?
Looks awesome.
For that. And then of course gotta add some like windows and lights onto it. And for that I opened the layer right here. And you see it looks a little bit crazy here, but it's not that bad. This whole window right here is like just the windows and lighting. And then this is what it looks like when I add it in here. And what I did next is I add in the highlights and shadows, and then adjusting the color. You can't really see that much, but it's like adding the warm tone to the subjects, right? And then after that is like putting the windows up on there. I was like, okay, like I like where this is. Now I need to figure out where to add the next wheel.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah. So I was playing with the wheel 4. I was like couldn't figure out like where exactly I wanted to put it. So let's see. There's a lot of layers to make sure I got the right one. Oh yeah. So I decided to like put it on the left side, but I want to like change the angle a little bit. So I always like duplicate it just in case I want to go back to the layer before or the step before, So then let's open that one, and you can see this is all the crazy layers I added in there. So this is the actual photo you see right away when I added into the composite, and the color and lightings, everything's just a little bit off. It's not that bad, but it's doable.
Needs a little bit of tweaking.
Yeah. So the next thing I did was adding the this thing right here. If you click this, what is this icon called? I forgot.
The
adjustment layers.
Yeah, adjustment layers.
Yeah, and then use the selective color, and I go into I think it's the black that go in there. Yeah, there's only a minor twist. I thought I did a lot of different changing there, but apparently not. So yeah, that was one of it, and then use the hue saturation and some like adding highlights, shadows, with the color tones on it. So the whole thing just want to match the lighting. As I mentioned yesterday, you want to match the light exactly as like how the background works. So the light is coming from like this is all the little notes I have. Oh yeah, you can see those are different notes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you bumped him up a little
yeah,
bit.
So the light was coming from this way, with all the angles, so it has to look the same on this big whale that we are adding.
Everyone's very impressed with your layers right now. They're all color-coded and everything. Yeah, they're all like, whoa.
I know, I just color-coded this morning, so it's easier to explain what I did.
No. He does it every time, every project. Very organized, color-coded.
But actually, I do color-code it at the very end of every project. So just like...
So if you come back...
Yeah, if I have to, because most of the time when I'm done, I have to send it over to clients.
Oh, gotcha.
So I don't want them to be so confused, like what are all these extra layers doing there, or what are all these different names. So I'll usually save them as a separate layer PSD file.
Right on.
And then color code all the thing that I want them to understand what it is, and then rename every layers, and then clean it up. So like when next retoucher or Photoshopper like open it up from their side, they'll understand that, oh, so each layer means
They're
like
not completely
shadows,
lost,
highlights. Yeah. So like they will know like if they want to remove some stuff or adding more stuff into there, and then it will be super easy. It's like a it's like a mutual language that we speak, right?
Yeah.
So it's like coding and everything, so that when I give it to you, you'll be like, okay, I understand what's going on here.
Can get in there and do what I need to do.
Yeah, not like a super confused.
And I'm not like, there's 462 layers, and I don't know what any of them are doing.
Yeah, so the other thing I added in here is this layer, the layer 8 copy, is basically this one. So I'll show you guys. This is the, I guess I can kind of break it real quick. I'm just gonna turn this off.
Oh, wow.
This thing right here, if you turn off the mask. So, okay, so what I did is here, this is the original photo that I go in and use the clone and retouching everything to remove the highlight from the object, right?
And then put your
so because if the light is coming from this way, you know, some of the highlight is not supposed to be there, like all this right here. I mean, it could have some lights bouncing around, but it shouldn't be that strong, you know. So I create a duplicate layer and then like clone and retouch the whole place, and then kind of like clip mask to it. So as you can see, it's right here. And then I kind of use the mask and then brush tool to like fade that in, so to blend in better. And then so this is like before and then after, so it's like more settled lighting, right?
Right on,
and then with like all the highlights in there, I added in. Now it's like looks
very
better.
nice,
that, right?
It really does.
Let me know if you guys have any questions, because I know I'm going really fast right now. It's just going like some of the steps I already did last night. So when I'm explaining stuff, I tend to like go super fast.
Like,
so if you guys want to know like, hey, what does what layer do, and I'll go look for it and I'll like explain like, oh, what I did that, or what is that for, you know?
Right now they are narrating what they think happened when we chose our matching outfits.
I know,
today,
I saw Sith Master and student here.
Yeah, we are matching today for Val and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I was a Jedi.
We did legit plan it too, because we realized that we wear the same colors, so we were actually matching head to toe today, actually.
Sorry, I can't really show my leg up here, but so I'm not that flexible. Right? Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, if you guys have any questions, definitely let us know. I don't know if you're gonna noodle on this a little bit more, or if you're gonna jump into the next thing. But yeah, feel free to post stuff in chat. It's good to see all of you guys. I see Jan Eric, Rob, Tim. It's wonderful to have you guys with us today. Paulo says, I'd love to see that PSD file and check those layers myself. It's amazing how much you can learn by checking an artist's PSD file.
Sure. I mean, is there a way to put it on
we could
someone to
figure out a
download?
way
Or,
yeah.
I don't usually do that, but this is fine, right? This is like usually I want to hide all my secrets so nobody will know. But now you guys know everything. So I personally like to do the same too. Just look at some like free PSD file online while I was learning, and then to break everything to learn like, oh, what was down here and what was different, and like find out like, is there a different method or like a faster way or a better way for myself to do the same process.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so after adding this well in, I'm still have to checking, then add some like light window. And I don't want like the window to be same on most of the whales. So I was like, oh, maybe it would be cool to like have like a circle one. because I was trying to like finish as fast as I could last night, but if I would go back change something, I would actually make the window more like a glass space.
Yeah,
so it's like
yeah.
more like a sphere, and then you can kind of see through what's inside. You know, it
For
could
sure.
it could be cool if like inside there's like a plants growing or flowers. It's like a green room inside the whale while it's flying, right? It'd be like,
awesome.
what?
That'd be awesome. It's the luxury whale bus.
Yeah, the
luxury whale lines.
Exactly. The United Whale Line luxury service.
Yep.
But
Hello,
yeah, so
Terrence. Good to see you.
for now, I'm just like throwing some circle in there just to see like right there. And the next thing I did was adding some highlights and light right here. We added that yesterday. These are like final adjustment layers. So let's go back. And this is an interesting part. So like when I'm at this stage, I was like, okay, how can I make it more visual appealing or like composition? Like I want to move the main wheel that I created, right? I thought it was really cool to put it on there, but I was like, maybe I want to move it around. So I duplicate the layer and I create like a resize them with the transform tool, just to see like if I can make it like to just like bring different vibe and feeling to it.
Yeah.
So there's like you can see all this duplicate layer, right? So where one and then where one copy. And then there's like copy number 2, and then there's like copy number 3. So I was like, which wheel do I like the most, you know? So a lot of times it's like where I just sit there and then keep looking away and keep like trying all the different vibe. Just like, oh, maybe this looks better, but what if like that? I like that one, but it will look better in this one, but this one, like the right side was cropped a little bit. Size-wise, so I was just like spent like maybe like 30 minutes just thinking about this.
Just doing last finishing touches and moving things around.
So like the final, I decided to go with this one. So this is like where it was, and this is where it is right now. You know, so I just feel like
I like that.
it gave you that like skills of that. Oh, it's like,
and it makes you like feel like you can imagine everything that's off the canvas. You know,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
alludes to
So
there being
kind of
like a
like
world
give you-
outside.
Now, if there's one thing I could probably do better is maybe tilt the angle. So it's like now it's very flat, but if I can like tilt it more toward more like a in 3D space, kind of go like XYZ.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It might be cool, yeah, right? But I don't know if it look cool as how I want it, but maybe, you know. It's like something I wanted to try, but since like the stock photo is like very flat one direction, so
Yeah,
it might be
couldn't do it with
challenging
this
to
one.
figure out how I can do that, you know. That'd be crazy, you know. You
It
have
would-
one
it would,
photo,
though.
generate the
like going
render the other
through.
side, and just like turn it, but
Just
like,
turn it
woo.
around.
Yeah. So yeah, and after that, I was trying to bring to Lightroom, but is that I'll do some saturation, color balancing, and then there's like the gradient map. So
Very
gradient
nice.
map is like one of my favorite thing to use for what do you call that, tone adjustment, or like adding like the color gradient,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it's like in film and photography, they do that a lot. So the easiest way is just to click this icon right here and go to gradient map. And it will look like this. It'll be like, oh, this is like nothing like what you just showed me, right? So how to understand it easier, you just like click here and then to put on like soft light. And then I usually bring it down to like 30%. And you
Nice.
can click on here and then like click on all the different like gradient map to see like the highlights and the shadow, you know. So I think this is the highlight, this is the shadow. Then you can change the color. Let's say like maybe I want like a red highlights and then
Nice.
darker blue or something, you know, like something like compare with that, and then you can see like the result right away.
Yeah.
And then if you want to save that as your preset, just click that new, and it will pop up right here.
Right on.
So like each time you have like all the different kind of filter you can use when you're color grading, and the most of the stuff you use will kind of just look like your signature look, you know, with the
yeah.
tone and everything.
Have your
so that's
own
like
special.
Yeah, so that's like one of the way to do it. There's also like many different ways. So sometimes I'll blend like more than one, just to like make it look like better. This one is I'm trying to go with like a little teal and orange kind of vibe on that. So yeah, and then if you go on my Instagram, I post it on there, and then I kind of like bring to Lightroom, do like a minor adjustment with the contrast and the black and everything there. So yeah, so that's what I did yesterday after the live. You guys see the whole thing, and this is like what I do to finish it with the touch.
Yeah, and definitely check out his Instagram so you can check that out, as well as all of his other wonderful pieces. And we can get a link for you guys for that. And then you guys can also check out his website, where he's got some pretty cool motion graphic stuff, as well as other compositing and things. There we go. Thank you, Tim.
Yay.
split toning. Is it the same as split toning in Lightroom?
Yeah, so for me, you actually see the next project I'm about to do. Oh, oops. I actually...
I throw mine sometimes too.
So I've actually worked between Lightroom and Photoshop. So yes, this is, I think it's the same, similar. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but yes, it pretty much does the same. So I use a mix of both. Just like if I can do everything at one place, I try to do that. And then if I need to bring back to the other program, it doesn't like take that long to do it. It's just like a split second, you right click and you can add it in both. So yeah, that does both of it. But I just personally like to work in Photoshop because sometimes I want to make sure like everything's running like smooth. So I only have one program open at the time. Because like sometimes I don't know, like my computer is not as fast. So I can't handle the program.
It's gonna start
it
like breathing
froze,
heavy.
And I'm just like looking at it like, I should not do that. But yeah, so I'm gonna close this one.
And then we're gonna move
to the next one.
So excited. Also,
cool.
Real quick, guys, we have got about 13 minutes until our chat and win, which I'm really excited about. So if you guys are over on YouTube, definitely head over to Behance. Come hang out with us, make some new friends, maybe win a prize. And those of you guys who are already over here on Behance, if you guys just stay active in chat, you will be automatically entered in to win our prize for today. So yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
Mark says kind of like camera roll filter. Yeah, I think it's the same. For some reason, I just like the Lightroom's display better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. I actually have my Lightroom open. Well, I'll show you guys in the next one. But I think like camera filter is somewhere here. I'm like really slow to like read stuff.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Where is camera filter, by the way? It's somewhere there. We'll find it. But yeah, camera filter is like camera roll filter. Oh yeah. Aha.
Yeah, there you go.
Voila. I know where is it. Yeah, so it's like pretty much the same. Like you have the same thing in the Lightroom. But yeah. So the reason for me why I use Lightroom and Photoshop at the same time is because sometimes I'll actually go out to shoot the photos, right? So I'll import into Lightroom, and then it's easier to organize photo in Lightroom than Photoshop, because I'll have to like go over all of it and then rate it from 1 star to like 2 or 3 or 4 stars.
Yeah, it's way more convenient.
Yeah, so like I can tell like which are the photo I want to work on, because if I shoot during the Photoshop, I shoot like 300 photos. I'm not gonna use every single of them. This is like really rare. Like I don't think anybody use all their photo that they shot. So I'll pick like top 10 or 5, and then from those 5, then I'll bring back to Photoshop to edit it. And sometimes like it's just easier to adjust the whole thing back in Lightroom. So I get to like see the whole thing and add it a little bit here and there, and export it as like JPEG or like anything to send it to clients or print or anything.
Nice.
So it's a mix of both. So that's why I have both. But if you just have one photo you want to work on, yes, you can use camera filters and then like everything just like at one place. If you save you some time to do that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
So what do we have planned for today?
So this is actually an old piece that I created before. Just want to show you guys. This is the final photo. So I actually shot her as my friend. Her name's Carly, and we shot this in Mount Davidson in San Francisco. So it was around like sunset time, so everything was getting really dark, and then the city was lighting up. So we shot some photo there, and then I decided like wanted to add some more stuff back into it. So here are the stock photo we're gonna be using. Is Castle and the dragon.
Right on.
And then just photo of her actually. Like this is the raw photo from the
one that
camera.
you actually. That's actually a really cool picture, like even just on its own.
Yeah.
But we're about to make it even more magical.
Yeah. So like I don't have the actual like whole file is on my PC. So I don't have every single shot I took from there that night. But this is like one of the 200 photo that I choose.
Nice.
I think there's only like 3 that I really like, and then this is one of the main one I decided to try it on. So as you can see, it's like really dark right now. if you brighten up, you can see like she's like the
wow.
shoes, and then like her gesture is like pretty cool. She was like looking away, right? So usually I'll still work in this color. Like I don't really mind how dark it is, because I'll just do the fine tuning at the very end or at one point in the middle of it.
Okay.
The next thing I know I want to do is, because it's like there's not a lot of skies on the top, so I always want to like add like space to overboard, right? So I knew during the shoot I knew I was gonna do that, so I actually took a photo of the sky. Let's see if I can actually find it. Aha, right here.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, so this is the sky that I shot. So I know that if I put that here and then like bring up, let's say maybe around here, and I'll paste that, right? So actually I'll put it on the top, and I'll reduce the opacity, not that though, to around somewhere you can see it. And you can see this cloud right here. It's like same as that right there. So it's like kind of like that.
So you literally just right above.
Yeah, I
that
just
after.
shot it and then like tilt up. But like since it's like the same, it's always easier when you have the photo from exactly the same place. So because it's the same lighting, same color, everything's the same, so it's just like way easier to blending.
Yeah.
So even if I don't want to align that, I just like put it up like this, and then bring back to 100, and then just throw a mask on it real quick. It's just like blending pretty easy, you know, with that.
Very nice.
Yeah, so blending really easy for that. So actually right here, what I have is the same exact photo, but I kind of like pre-crop it, because this is like how I want it to be. So you can see like the line is like tilted, because I rotate the photos just to make like the horizontal line is like straight and like she's standing out straight. I also cropped the bottom up a little bit, because her shoes was showing. I'll brighten out so you guys can see. Her shoes was showing in the photo, you know. And then boots is usually not my first choice when there's dresses involved.
Yeah.
It kind of slightly lost that magical feeling of fairy tale.
She should be wearing magic slippers or something.
Most of the time, I'll actually trying to bring a towel, or and I'll ask the model if they're comfortable with barefoot.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's just like, and also you want to make sure like there's nothing sharp object on the ground, so they don't accidentally step on it. You make sure everything's clean, it's smooth, and then they can like barefoot like walk around or like dance a little bit or jump. And you just want to make sure like they're comfortable, and then it'll just look better in the photo.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
But if like for example this is like really dark, there's a lot of like sharp rocks, I was like, yeah, just keep your shoes on. That's fine, I'll just figure out a way to like crop it, like, figure that out.
Mess with it later.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions yet, or?
Yeah, I'm looking through. I think right now they're talking about like using Lightroom versus using some of the features in Photoshop for doing similar things, and kind of talking about their preferences for them.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you know Photoshop, it's super easy to use Lightroom.
Yeah.
If you know Lightroom really well, probably it'll be a smoother transition.
Yeah,
from Lightroom
definitely.
to Photoshop.
Also, though, like I think when it comes to like your process, sometimes even if you use something that's like technically like the long way around, if it works for you, if that's what's comfortable for you to do, or if you just enjoy that process, then that is where you go. I think it kind of just depends on like personal preference sometimes.
Yeah, I think
too.
it's like whatever worked the best for you. For me, I just like I need to organize photos sometimes, so I need it. So I'm gonna duplicate this layer real quick. See, there's this white space that we don't really need it. Yeah. So. Oh, I thought this doesn't work for a second. I was like,
No.
not again.
We'll use the force like
Yeah.
we did yesterday, though, if it does break.
Yeah. So right now it's I tilt the photo and then I make it bigger and then I cropped it.
Nice.
So it looks like this right now. So there's like no more shoes showing, but you still have like a cool like foreground and everything. So I don't need this. I'm just gonna close that, right? And then the next thing we want to do, as we mentioned earlier, is to put the sky onto here. So as we mentioned yesterday, right? You can either just like drag and drop the file to it, or you can do like what I still like to do, just like selection tool the whole thing, and then just like copy and paste. I think I do that because like most of the time I'll have a lot of like photo open at the same time, and I want to see which idea works.
Gotcha.
So it's easier for me to like copy the whole thing and paste on each of it while I'm like switching the windows. Like I think it was like command with what do you call this symbol right here?
That's the tilde.
Yeah. So it's like if I hold like command or control with this thing, I can switch in between like different windows. So in my workflow, I'll just like copy and switch.
I'm gonna be using that all the time now.
Yeah. So you can switch in between tab with that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So it's just like super easy for me to like, let's say if I want to paste that here or like don't want to do that.
Yeah,
so
just
like
go through, paste.
So if you actually see me like editing, like if it's like quiet, I'm like super focused. So I was like really hitting the keyboard, like I'm like trying to destroy. It's like
I'm told that when I'm painting, because I use so many hotkeys, it sounds like I'm trying to break my keyboard.
Yeah,
it's
it feels good when you hit it.
Yeah, it does, because it's very. I have a mechanical keyboard now, so it's very satisfying.
It's like, this feels so great. It's like, I don't have to hit it that hard.
Everyone's freaking out about the chat and win. Yep, we've got 4 minutes until the chat and win. So amazing.
What are we winning?
$30 Moo gift card. Yeah. So
can I enter too?
Yeah. Moo is great. Honestly, I use Moo for anytime I need business cards or postcards or anything done. It's where I go every single time. Yeah. So I'm very excited for whoever is going to win that gift card.
So right now I'm just using the mask and then like brush tools to brush the layer to blend them in together. Hopefully it will work.
The command to change tabs, Neville, was command and then the tilde key. Or control and the tilde key if you are on PC.
Here. Tilde key is this?
Yep. The little wiggle. It's you probably do shift and then
if I do 300 this thing on your keyboard. This thing?
That thing, yeah.
Yeah, so that was that. Oh yeah, people like found it.
There you
so
go.
Yeah, that like help you like switch in between. Okay, so probably blend. Usually play around a little bit more.
It's looking nice though, man.
I don't want it to be brighter, so I'm even just throwing something to like brighten up a little bit. There you go.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then the top is a little bit too bright, so I might switch to that and then brush it back a little bit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. This is what happens when you brush too fast. Okay, so save that real quick. Let's just do Casso. Yes, always save your file.
Yes, always save so you don't run into any like horrible, sad days.
Yes.
I'm sure everyone in chat at least one time has forgotten to save. I think it's like almost like the rite of passage if you're an artist now. It's like
scary,
you just lost your entire file. Congratulations. Now you're one of us.
I know, right?
But hopefully not often.
I'm gonna try that. Should look pretty good.
Ezio, welcome in. Good to see you. Kasuri, welcome in. We got about a minute until that chat and win. I'm starting to get antsy. Starting to get excited. Doing my little the chat and win dance.
Are we gonna have like a chat dance or like when
we
they
could
win?
make one up.
How do you do it?
I don't know.
You think about it and then I'll just copy it. In
or
like
we could just
minutes.
improvise on the spot because that's maybe embarrassing for us, but probably very entertaining.
Very entertaining
for them.
Alright, so it's gonna group this and name it Sky, or actually, whoops.
David Renee Christensen. Saving is like signing your work. You save when you're done. No, you don't save when you're done.
You're brave. That's what I can say. You're a really brave guy.
He teases me about that all the time. He's like, if you're a professional, you save when it's finished. And I'm like, no. Don't do that. Never.
So right now, like we're gonna add the Casso into it. So it's probably gonna be right here. And then I'm gonna use the Magic Wand tool. Actually, I'm not gonna use Magic Wand tool. That's one way you can do it, right? So like quick review, you can use a magic wand tool or like quick selection, you know, of that. But like it's easier in this photo since the background is like pure white, so it's easier to select the background than trying to select the castle.
Gotcha.
So one of the fastest way I like to do when I see a photo like this is just go to select and you go to color range. And what you want to do is just click on the white, and then you can use these fuzzes to like determine like how much you want to. Because there is white or whatever the background color on the photo or the subjects. So if you see if I push this to 200, there's like right here, there's like some white part on this castle showing.
On the actual
so obviously like I can just bring it down to like 70-ish. Yeah, so that looks pretty good, and you click OK.
Awesome. Well, why don't we come to a stop just for a moment here, because our countdown is done, and we have got fireworks. Yeah, that I think I like that for our little our dance. Hey. Yeah, we're about to play a little video for you guys, and when we come back, we will announce our winner. So if you guys, again, if you're over on YouTube, come over to Behance, be active in chat with the rest of us, make some friends, and have a chance to win a $30 Moo gift card. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back, everybody. You guys missed out on like a lot of great dance moves we were practicing while you guys were chatting and hopefully winning. But pretty soon we are going to have our winner right up here, and we will make it hover with the force like we did yesterday. Pretty soon.
It should rise up from the bottom.
Yeah. Just everyone's like, we love Moo, we love Moo. I also love Moo. I do.
Moo.
We're still gonna do our little hey.
Hey.
This is the extent of my dancing skills. Hayes Peterson! Congratulations! You are now the proud owner of a $30 Moo gift card. But wait, there's more.
What? More
yeah,
what?
If you guys did not win the gift card, you guys can go to moo.com/Adobe Live for a discount on your order. Browse limited edition holiday products. Moo has got you guys covered this holiday season with all kinds of goodies and stuff. So definitely check that out.
Oh, okay.
Yes, bonus prize. Look under your chairs, everyone. Bonus prize.
Okay, so I saw that in the chat. Someone asked me why not use the select subject, right? So of course you can use it. That's one of the methods too. But you see, I just click it, and in this case, it took a little bit longer. And as we mentioned before, you know, it's not always perfect. But it does. I think it works better when there's like people, animals, I don't know. So it's a testing. But in this case, it's just way easier when you go to select and color range, and then just click that and do and done, you know. So
nice.
It's just like in every different photo, I have a different method how I approach to it, you know. Sometimes some stuff is faster, sometimes you just have to try to see which one worked the best. So in this case, I select all the white so I don't have to worry about the little spot I missed or not, right? And when you press Q, as in the quick mask mode, and this red thing shows up. Because we just select the background, so now we need to invert the mask, which is Command I, and now you have this, and so you have the whole castle selected right now. So I'm just gonna copy that, you know, and then go back to here and paste.
Right on.
Put it wrong place. There you go. Yeah, I was like covering her. Okay.
There we go. Also, we've got 56 minutes until the challenge submission deadline. So if you guys are thinking about entering the Little Dream Challenge, definitely check out the challenge tab for more details on that. And you guys can actually submit your entry for the Little Dream Challenge to us, and we will give you some feedback and stuff before you enter the big challenge. So I'm very excited. I know Ted is super excited to see you guys' entries and everything.
I was just reading the chat, sorry. I was like,
what am I excited for?
Yeah, I was like, whoa, what are they like talking about? I was like, oh, interesting. I was like, oh yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh.
Yeah.
Surprise,
I was just like, people
you're
are
on
still,
camera.
people are still like, see which method is better. I think they're all great. It just really depends like what worked the best for you and at that moment with that photo.
For the project,
yeah. So it's all different. It's like there's like just a few different way. I know it takes longer, but I just enjoy it. So I do it anyway, and just like I'm just gonna enjoy creating. You know.
Sometimes you gotta do what you're doing.
method. But
Dennis wants to know if the Wacom Intuos Pen and Touch is the small.
I have the bamboo. You can see this
There
thing
we
right
go.
here. Yeah.
Ta-da.
So this is like a MacBook Pro 12, 13, 15. I don't know, but it's
One of
very
the
small.
numbers.
Yeah, it's pretty tiny. Yeah. And then I have this thing right here. So yeah, it's very small and easy to carry around because I like to travel a lot. So wherever I go, work for clients or stuff, I like to bring a smaller one, like instead of like the big one, because it's just like really hard to fit in your backpack or like where you wanted to go. Just like it's not that easy.
Very convenient, yeah.
Yeah.
Tim is trolling us with the if you can read this, you like Star Trek.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I've Sosan was supporting the fellow Taiwanese buddy. I was like, yes, thank you. Okay, so next thing we want to do is to like decide where we want to place the castle. So right now you can see I'm overlapping on the top of the model. The reason like I'm not worried about it because I'm gonna mask the bottom part of the castle to blend in with the mountains and the fog. So in the cloud. So I'm just gonna like what I'm looking right now is like the upper space. You know, like what would look better, and then like. Would I give like enough space on that? And I'll probably put around here. So this is also something I like to do is I'll use crop tool and then just to see if I can find the center part. Usually like, I think I forgot to set this one up because usually like I'll turn on rulers and crop tool and then find like where the center line is.
Gotcha.
And then I'll exit the crop tool so I can like match like everything into the center of it, you know. But that's just like something sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And next thing we're gonna do is to create a mask.
Also, hello Simon, it's good to see you. Hello Jeff, welcome in.
Ooh. Jeff said I have the new iPad Pro and still want a Cintiq new iPad Pro is fantastic. Do you use iPad?
I do, yeah.
So
I use Photoshop.
What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil is actually super, super wonderful.
It is.
I use it all the time, and I can I start like a lot of my paintings and stuff on my iPad before I move into Photoshop on the desktop, which is really, really awesome. And it's nice to be able to like move to like a new area, so I'm not like sitting at my desk doing all of my work all the time, you know. So I get to like snag my iPad and my pencil and like go sit on the couch or go outside in the garden and do all of my artwork and stuff, which is really wonderful. And the people ask me a lot about like the response for the Apple Pencil.
It's pretty fast on the new one.
It's wonderful, yeah. It's very,
So
very
a lot of
good.
the best part is that you put on top is like magnet to it and it charged. And I was like, yes, I don't no longer have to plug in from the button.
Yeah.
And I like hear that weird shape thing, like my hair
I'm
somewhat.
always, because mine I have to plug it into my iPad, like take the little the cap off at the back, and I'm always like worried that I'm gonna like move and break it off. That's the only thing. But it works very well.
I feel like it's so like sensitive that you might accidentally break it, but it's actually like fine, you know.
Anxiously awaiting Photoshop for iPad next year. Oh man, kind of freaking out about it.
It'll be fine.
Yep.
I think it's excited. Like for me, like originally I didn't really like. Not a really big fan of the idea. I just wasn't sure, but I think like I saw the demo and like tried it at one of the events. I think it's like really like cool, you know.
Awesome,
and then
awesome.
because the new iPad, right? I saw it on the old iPad and the new iPad, and I was like, well, one worry I had was like, oh, what if like the iPad can handle all the big files and like if it's gonna slow and crash, right? Because the MacBook and sometimes you have problems with that.
Yeah.
But then the new iPad came out and I tried it and everything just so smooth and
So
just like, oh
good.
my god, you know.
Yeah, because
like,
you could literally, I mean, like
I don't have to
obviously
bring
you
this
could do-
anymore,
yeah.
you know. So I don't have to bring my webcam and laptop and then like all the card reader I need. I just bring my
Just do that. Do
iPad
it on the
Pro
iPad.
and then with the little plug and I just take the photo, shoot it in there, add it in Lightroom CC, and then just like drop it
Do
back into
everything
Photoshop.
right on the screen,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I can just get everything down and then send the file with the large size to the client right away
Yeah.
while I'm on site, you
Yeah,
know. So
right there.
this is like something really fantastic to do.
Awesome.
So if you missed what I was doing, I was masking the bottom part of the castle, and I unlinked the mask so I can move the castle around just to see where I want to place it, you know. So like I'll use like the arrow just like to move around, so maybe here, maybe there, you know, just go with the feelings. Some of my friends told me to do that. It's like, oh, you're like really picky and everything. I was like, of course, I want it to be exactly where you want it to be. And then
Do you have to be picky sometimes?
yeah, but I would be like, I'll send it 2 photos. So let's say one photo is like this, and the other photo is like
2
like
pixels
slightly
over.
here. Yeah, I'll be like, which one you like better? And then like, or should I even like put it higher, or like put it lower? And then like, they was like, dude, what's the difference? I was like, come on, it's like so much different.
There's so much difference.
It's like a little tiny detail that bugs me, I was just like, come on, And then they're like, all right, we'll choose one.
That's awesome.
Okay, so the next thing we want to do, right, is to there's several different things you can do. But one main thing is like you see the castle right now is like very bright, the color is not right, and then it's very sharp, compared to like all the blur images right here. So like the camera is focused on her right now, so it's not the everything in the back should be blurred, right? So one thing you can do is to make sure you select the right layers, and then go to filter, blur, and my favorite tool, Gaussian blur.
Right on.
Yeah.
I use it all the time.
Dude,
I use
it's the best.
Gaussian blur and I use motion blur all the time.
Motion blur,
to,
yeah. It's just so good.
Yep.
So in this case, we'll probably try 20, maybe 25, something like that, or maybe 30.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try 30, something like that. All right, gonna try that, and then I think I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. Okay, cool.
Yeah, lens blur could be used too. The lens blur is great. I do the
I actually don't use lens blur that much
I use that every once in a while. Like the iris blur I use sometimes too, because you can adjust the edges and stuff and kind of keep in focus like what you want to keep in focus. But
so I feel like I don't know how to use that tool, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of avoid using it. I was like, lens
It's fun.
blur,
It's
can't really
a
tell.
fun tool.
I need to watch a tutorial of that. And
But
then-
again, like personal preference. You kind of
Yeah.
just use
It's like
what
finding
you
a
like
different
to
way.
use. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I need to like spend some time on that and just see like what I can learn. Okay, now we have blurred the castle. It kind of matched with everything. We gonna add a little noise to it. Let's see, because you see like if I go really close, you can see there's noise on here, all the little textures and all of that.
Yeah.
You don't have that on your castle. So
Gotcha.
you can see right here, you see the difference. So then we can go on here, noise, and then
Just kind of match it.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
So I kind of go over a little bit, and it's easy to bring back down. Just like, guess about there. That looks
That looks
about
pretty
right.
good, yeah.
So this is like the really small detail that you might not, your eyes probably won't pick it up, but I was wondering if the printer would pick it up, or like just like if someone got really bored finding your photo and just zoom all the way in because they want to see what you do. Like, hey, something's wrong with this part. I'm like, oh.
That's like one of my greatest fears is that,
Stop zooming in.
Yeah, someone's
Don't
gonna
look
like,
that close,
yeah,
right?
gonna get like a print of mine or something and look at it right here and see all my brush strokes. I'm like, no.
Stop.
You're
Like,
supposed to
don't look
put
at
it up and look at it from
Far
afar,
away.
to gaze at it from across the room. Please don't do that.
Yeah, so I just like my goal every time composite something just like to make it look as real as possible. So yeah, that's what I like to do. Next
Yeah,
thing,
that's a detail I wouldn't even have thought to actually do, but that's awesome.
Desaturate a little bit and then change to darker and probably add the color adjustment. It's more like bluish, right? I'm at the mid-tones right now. There's also like highlights and the shadow, you can change it. So I think this is like kind of purple, bluish looking. Not like that.
Nice.
I don't know. That still looks a little bit dark. Like that.
Patrick wants to know why you use a destructive workflow. Is it just personal preference? I think we kind of talked about this yesterday. You kind of just do like that's how you do it.
Yeah, I mean it's like he said like he definitely work with more with the smart objects. I think like this is like when I first started doing Photoshop. I don't know if smart object was a thing yet. So like that's how I did it, and then somehow like smart objects will like slow my computer down for a bit. I don't know why, but I found out easier just like to do it like every single layer so I can have the control of everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like both are great. I think I start to use smart objects more and more often now, but not as much as I used to. Yeah. So yeah, it's just like personal preference. But I do like smart objects on certain stuff because like you can always apply or change the layer. So like when I was adding noise to the castle, you know, if I turn that to a smart object, then I can always go back and change the noise if something doesn't look right. But like I just got so used to my work method and flow, so I was just like stuck into it. So it might take a little time for me to transition to the a different way to do. Yeah.
I really need to finish my new Star Wars composite. Yeah, Jan Eric, do it. Submit it. Submit it for the challenge.
Yes, that'll be fun.
We want to see it.
So I'm gonna turn the color down a little bit.
Submitted yours. Awesome, Noelle. I can't wait. I'm kind of peeking early to see all of the entries. I'm very, very excited. We've got a handful of entries already. And I can't wait to see what else you guys submit. We do have about 45 minutes until the challenge deadline. So if any of you guys are hoping to get in and submit yours and get some feedback for the contest, definitely join. If you didn't know that we had a contest or challenge going on, check out the challenge tab. There's more details there on how to enter, how to get feedback from us, and the requirements for your entry.
All right. Probably do that. So what I just did, I was just changing the selected color again on the blacks, and then I throw in like a brightness and contrast. And then I bring the opacity of the castle back to like a little bit lower, about 69%.
Yeah, it looks nice without the harsh
Yeah, because
darks,
it's kind of like want to have what do you call that? A faded away.
Yeah, like a hazy, like depth
yeah,
of field
hazy. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah, it's kind of like hazy, fading away-ish. Because it's in a distance, so you can like try to see like the mountains right here. And it's like you might want to match that same.
Yeah, and you want the mountains to look like they're closer to you than the castle. So if the castle is darker than those mountains, it'd be a little awkward.
So maybe somewhere there.
Nice.
Right. I think. It's really depend on that. And I was like trying to change it a little bit.
Noelle says Jedi casual wave. Jan, you will submit your Star Wars composite.
That's funny.
Got Jedi mind tricks happening in the chat. This is a good day to be on Adobe Live.
For real. Whoa. Did you see that?
I didn't. I looked.
What is this thing? I don't know what.
It's just like doing a little glitch there for a second.
Go back. I don't know
weird.
what happened. So yeah, you guys probably already noticed that I'm really good at breaking stuff. And whenever you give it to me, I'll find a way to break it. Yeah, all right, let's just leave it there then.
That was weird.
I know. All right, castle. Right. Okay, so next thing I think what I did was to add this is the castle. Then I want to add some lights to the castle, you know. So probably go with orange, maybe dark orange. Change this to screen. And then kind of look for the little window somewhere there. So yeah, just to let you guys know, because like this is like recreating something I already created, so I kind of don't remember what it looks like. So I'm just like create like from
like
fresh new. Yeah. So it might looks different, but.
I think that's cool because then it might even be fun when you're done with this one if you don't look at it, you know, to kind of do what you think might look cool and then try to see like how different they are at the end.
Right.
Could be really fun, yeah.
So
This castle is going to be huge if you were in front of it. Oh yeah, it's a fortress out there in the distance. It's awesome.
I got distracted.
But yeah, if you guys, I see a lot of people calling for Star Wars composites. I mean, we already have plans for what Ted is doing, so I think that means that you guys need to start doing Star Wars composites.
Yeah, Star Wars composite. Are you allowed to do that live? Or?
I don't know. Probably not, but you guys can. Also, Chandler says, Breaking My Wacom, a memoir by Ted Chin.
Well, if you guys missed what happened yesterday, that's what I did.
We fixed it, but
the Force fixed it.
the Force fixed it, but still.
There's some lights here. Where else would you have lights in the castle? Like somewhere here?
Those are, I think maybe like wherever there would be like a window too.
Yeah,
So
you know.
like up there on the towers, I think for sure.
All right. Like
That's awesome.
Up on here?
Oh no, just like where you just put them.
Yeah, I guess.
Unless
Right?
there's just like some dude chilling
some
up there with a torch,
windows.
just like, yo,
Hello there.
what's going on?
Fancy seeing you here. All right, I'm probably gonna blur it a little bit.
Photoshop renders in tiles. It allows you to work more interactively with a file. So the glitch you're seeing is just part of the tiles not being updated yet. It's perfectly normal. The force is strong with Voodoo Val.
That's
Indeed
actually
it is.
so like a question I always have. I never know why it's doing that,
Why it
but
does
I
that
know
little
like
thing.
when I go in and out, it doesn't affect the photo. I need to like take a photo of that so I can explain to people next time. This is exactly what happened because I learned it live.
Usually you
letting
can
me
just
know.
shake the view to force an update. Oh, okay. Like shake it around and then it'll update all the time.
Shake the computer.
Yeah, just pick it up.
When I pick up my laptop, I was like, he told me to shake. You know? Instruction wasn't clear.
David Renee Christensen is the one that told me to do this. So if you have an issue with it, take it up with him.
So shake it like that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, probably.
I keep forgetting. Like everybody's looking at my screen. It's like, whoa.
Whoa.
Okay.
Shake to update. Wake up, Photoshop.
I know, right? Or just turn it off and on and just figure it out. Something like that? No, let's see. I feel like I'm missing something I don't remember.
You have a dragon, I think.
Yeah,
You
I know I
put
have
it
the
in there.
dragon. I mean, like in this part. I just tried this real quick. I'm just gonna brushing some haze real quick. So just brushing some haze and make it look like it's blending in there. I also have a lot of brushes I can use.
Ooh, we could test out some of those.
Yeah.
So when you use brushes, do you always use like airbrush kind of stuff, or do you ever use like textury brushes and stuff too?
I don't know. I have brush presets that I found that like for example, this is a cloud, you know. So I'm opening a new layer and just put test. So this is a cloud I can use for like a cloud.
That actually looks really good. That's great.
Yeah, it's the cloud, and then I have, for example, like smoke, you know. So like if this castle is somehow accidentally, you know,
On fire. That looks really, those are like really great brushes
you
too,
know,
though.
and then I have like waves, you know. I use waves on like different things. Probably if you use blue as the ocean, so it's like
Right
splash ocean. So I use the white to brush on. If I'm blending stuff to ocean background, I use this splash around the edges and then like around the subjects and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's one of it. And then I have waterfalls, you know. So waterfalls are pretty fun to do.
Nice.
So I can have like waterfall coming out from the castle if you want. Yeah. And then what else I have? There's a whole bunch of like random stuff. The hair one. So you know, like people always have like hard time selecting hair on Photoshop or brushing. But I actually found a set of hair brushes that when I need, I can just like use that and then to mask stuff.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
it looks creepy, like when you pin it.
It
like
does,
that.
but,
Yeah.
but I could see how that would be like
Yeah.
super useful, especially like if you, you know, while you're editing an image, maybe you lose some hair
so
detail.
I always like that looks really creepy, but I always like tilde the brushes around just to like give a different edge to go around it. So you know that, and then like then kind of like have like the real hair like feeling and touching. So,
Yeah, nice.
That's one of like the cool thing I have. I try to not use it too much because if I can avoid it making clean, then I do it. And then, but if I need it, it comes really
Then
handy.
you have it, yeah. In an emergency.
There's people saying like the castle is big.
I think that's really awesome though, because
It's imagination, right?
Yeah.
Don't limit yourself.
imagination.
Yes. Okay, delete that.
Please do more compositing tuts. Awesome, yeah. So we're doing this all
Oh, yeah,
all
all day.
week. But you guys can check out his work on his Instagram and on his website and everything. Do you do like YouTube videos and stuff?
I'm actually thinking to do it starting from 2019.
Awesome.
So yeah, but I kind of wanted directions to what to produce. So a lot of thing I run into is like people definitely enjoy tutorial, but I found like there's already so many great tutorial on YouTube and people that I know does that, right? So I don't know if I want to do exactly the same path, but I also really enjoy live editing, but YouTube might not be a platform for live editing, you know, because there's other like Twitch and other stuff. So I haven't decided what I want to do yet, because I also kind of want to try vlogging and daily life, and then I work with my the company my friends have, Creative West, so like we do a lot of like behind the scenes shoots with all that, so I kind of want to bring all that into the platform together.
Yeah,
right?
that's awesome.
So instead of just saying like Photoshop composite, you get to see like how a freelancer life is like, and then like a lot of like thing going on. But yeah, mainly for
stuff you don't
Photoshop.
see,
Yeah,
you know?
so for Photoshop, it's like it takes like a really long time to editing, and also like I don't know how easy or how difficult people want to learn. So like I'm not sure like what is easy or what is like too difficult or like too complicated to explain that. And I know like my knowledge is not like correct all the time, so there's definitely like some words and like terms I'm not using correctly. So I'll be telling you like I'm doing this, and it was like I never heard that word before. I was like, oh, that's
well,
that.
that's what I call it.
Yeah, that's how I code it, how I define it. That's how I wanted to say.
Yeah, you got a lot of people saying good idea and everything. Looks like people are very interested in that. I definitely would be interested in like lifestyle of like the behind the scenes of like photo shoots and stuff like that, because that's the like we get to see like the final product and what everything looks like after it's done. So getting to kind of experience in a way what it's like for you to create that would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. Someone asked where are the brushes from. So all these brushes you see right here, what was that website called? DeviantArt, or like there's a lot of DeviantArt. There's a lot of people like creating the brushes on there. So I'm pretty sure like a lot of it is like free to download to use.
Yeah.
You can buy some of it too. So these are like through the past 2 years, I think I collect them, and then just like some of the stuff I wanted to use. So I found it and then I use it. You can also create your own brushes too. I always forgot how to do that. I think you open a new file and then you can like draw on it and then you define it as a brush.
Yeah.
Presets.
Yeah,
So you probably know that how to do that way better, right?
And then you guys can also, if you guys are looking for brushes, you can go to digitalbrushes.tumblr.com, which I actually have it up on my screen. Maybe we can switch over and I can show you guys
Switch to her screen real quick.
This is like a fantastic resource for getting brushes and stuff. Maybe I can actually.
Oh, you can do it.
Boop over there. Yeah, there we go. This is a fantastic resource if you guys have never been here before, and it's really, really cool. It's like just like a gigantic stream of like tons and tons of brushes, and you can see like paintings or photo edits and stuff that artists have done in the past, and you can download the brush that they use to create those. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check it out. It's digitalbrushes.tumblr.com. That's where I always go for my brush needs.
I was gonna write it down on my computer. I guess I didn't
I'll
say
give it to you.
I was about to look at it and say, what is it? What I'm typing. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in
Here, I can post
here
it
real quick.
in.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you, Tim, for the link.
Make it smaller.
I am off to get my daily Photoshop fix. Have a good day, everyone. Adios, Matt Roberts. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Smaller and bigger. Smaller.
I can't cheat on Kyle like that. Oh yes, Kyle T. Webster's brushes also are included with Photoshop. And if you want any more that are not there, you guys can go to his website and check out Kyle's brushes as well. Kyle is famous. Those brushes are famous. They're fantastic, and I use them all the time.
Really?
Yeah, they're really
You have
good.
to show me.
Yes, I will definitely hook you up with those Kyle brushes. They're great.
Okay, I'm gonna put some lights. I just want to make some lights brighter and some lights like darker, so
little
that would mix
atmosphere.
everything. Yeah.
We've got about 30 minutes left until our challenge deadline, by the way. So if you guys are working on the Little Dreams challenge entry, definitely get those submissions in pretty soon. We will have another segment coming up after Ted and I to submit as well. But if you guys would like some feedback from us, we've got 30 minutes to do that. And then maybe after that, you guys can work on your entries a little more before you submit them to the Little Dreams Challenge. I'm rooting for you guys. I hope you guys all do well. It's gonna be great.
Yay.
I'm very excited. And we've got so many things that people have like sent in to give us feedback on. So the challenge itself is gonna have like tons of really cool people entering. I'm so excited.
I'm super excited. I'm just like, oh my god, they want to join and hang out.
Yeah.
Do cool things together. Woohoo.
The examples in the brushes website are so amazing. Yeah, I actually usually when I go to the brushes Tumblr to get new brushes, I sometimes accidentally like just scroll through there for like 20 minutes looking at all the artwork when I'm supposed to be getting the brushes to do my own artwork. So don't get lost in there.
It's hard. It's like free shopping, right? Or like just
Yeah, I
shop for like
know.
all the cool things you might need to use.
I like it too because some of them have an option to like support the artists and stuff. So if you want,
Ooh,
you can
that's
like
really nice.
yeah toss them a couple bucks for a pack of brushes, and it's optional. So if you can't do that, you can just grab the brushes, or if you're feeling generous, you can help some artists out, which always feels good.
I'll buy everything. Just like, I need that. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I need it. It's like maybe one day.
I hope you guys have more elaborate contests like this in the future. Probably. I feel like Adobe's always cooking up some cool challenges and contests to enter.
Right.
Looks like Van Helsing Castle. I was just thinking that, or I was thinking it was reminding me of Castlevania.
Ooh.
I've been addicted to that new Netflix show. So as soon as I saw
Nice.
Castle, I was like, oh.
All right. What I need to do now? Oh, okay. I know. Need to go in here real quick. So next thing I'm gonna do, most of the time I'll actually, if the model is looking, if I'm showing face and style, I might do like a quick retouch to it, or smooth the skin. Other thing I'll just like kind of like take a quick look just to see if there's anything else I need to add it on the photo.
Gotcha.
Just to make it look smoother. So right now what I'm seeing is like, this is okay for me, that's fine. Like maybe like this little like leaves here, I didn't like it, I might just like brush it away or
Gotcha.
not, right? And then for that, the album is fine. I might just kind of use like a clone stem, like lighten the shadow a little bit. And this thing right here, her tag is showing, so I'll probably want to remove that.
Gotcha.
And use the clone is S, and then 80, actually 100%. And press options to select where you want the textures to come from, and click on it, and then you can just like brush them there.
Gotcha.
Easy.
Very, very cool. Brian was just telling me to check that out. Is it any good? Oh, I would say it's wonderful, but not for the faint of heart, Jimmy. That's what I would say.
What is
The Castlevania.
I got something to watch tonight.
This composition is amazing. Yeah, I'm loving it as well, Dana. He's doing an excellent job. Very mystical, magical. Puts you into the fantasy mood for sure. I think it's really cool that you said it's San Francisco, right?
Yeah,
The lights
it's
and stuff.
Mount Davidson.
Awesome.
So it's one of the park in the city. It's like around south, and then it only take like 7 minutes to walk from the bottom to top. Yeah, and then you have almost like a close to 360 view of
Right
the whole
on.
city.
That's
so it's
awesome.
really nice.
That's super rad.
Okay, clean that up, and then need the dragon. Hello there.
Dragon time. So excited. I was excited to see, like, as soon as I saw that you had the photo
I mean, the
up,
dragon
was
is
like,
not
oh,
really
man.
gonna show up that much because it's gonna be in the background, like
We'll
blurry.
know it's there, though. We'll know. That's like the awesome part about like being able to watch the process too, because everyone who just sees this image will never know like what the dragon itself looks like, but we all know that it has a personality, and he's red, and he's got little horns.
All right. No, you don't know. I'm just gonna make it like super like dark.
And nobody else will know but us.
Yeah.
Doing critiques today? No, we're doing portfolio reviews tomorrow, though. Today, what we're doing, and when our timer runs out in about 25 minutes here, if you guys are interested in entering the Little Dreams Challenge that Adobe is doing, you can actually submit your entry for that contest to us, and we will give you feedback on it before you submit it to the main challenge. So if you'd like to get in on that, definitely check out the challenge tab for more details about the requirements for that project. But then tomorrow we will be doing portfolio reviews like we usually do. So if you guys do any compositing or Photoshop edits yourselves, that is our theme for the week. So if you want to submit tomorrow, we will choose a couple of them per stream and dig through them and give some feedback and talk about your guys' work. Where did you find that dragon from?
Adobe stock.
Awesome. Adobe stock.
Whoa.
It has everything, honestly.
So, dragon. This is something I already licensed. So if you type dragon,
Get a bunch of cool stuff.
gotta close that. You get a lot of cool stuff here. There's that. See,
That
like,
one's really cool too.
I'll probably use that too because the color is just like matches. So if we click, I think this is a new dragon. I didn't see this dragon before. Usually I like to right click and open a new tab because I'll keep like browsing something like maybe I want. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, I usually do. I
yeah,
usually
there's so
like
many cool
right click
ones.
it and just say open that in another tab, and it'll just push it off
Yeah,
to the
because
side
I can
for
always
me.
come back here and be like, oh, this person have a lot of like dragon collections.
Yep.
So I'll be like, which would I want that will match like really cool.
Tim says, yes, every image could use some dragons and pizza and more camera raw clarity,
Ooh.
but don't add too much clarity.
These dragons are really cool. It's like pretty good detail.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Now I gotta hide it so nobody can use the same photo, you know?
Well, the secret's out
It's
now.
my dragon.
Too
I gotta
late,
change the
Tim.
color. That's a really cool one. Yeah, wow, because you can even like see like if you want to put like one in the foreground here. Actually, it might not work that good, but you know, put one on her shoulder or something. You know, look
Like
away
the
or
mother
something.
of dragons.
Yes.
Yep, could do that. Could be how it. Love that show.
Are we allowed to say the name of different shows and
I
stuff?
don't
Probably.
know.
Yeah.
I did it a few times, so maybe I need to tone that down.
I know, right? I was like, what is allowed to say and what is not?
I feel like if we're not allowed to do that, I'm probably super guilty of
I know, right?
making the hosts and the guests talk about Star Wars all the time. I'm so sorry.
funny.
Rob McCobb, good to see you. Welcome in, man.
There you go. So I put the hue saturation layer on the wrong order. So that's why I was like, why my color correction is not really working? I was like, oh, because this is like desaturate the whole thing. So once I move it back down, you know, it's changing the whole thing like right here.
Gotcha.
I was like, oh,
Gotcha.
something's like not matching. I can't really tell why.
Not looking quite right.
I know. And I was like, oh, because I put the layer order wrong. Because that happens a lot. So if you guys like are working in the project or something, and if like, hey, something's not working the way I want it to be, it could be because like the order is not right or just some small like mistake.
Yeah, I use blending modes all the time for color and stuff in my paintings, and I very often like will test a bunch of them out and then turn them all off or all on, you know, kind of like what you were doing, you know, toggling them off and on to see if you like it better after all the work, you know, and then flipping the order of stuff is always really interesting.
Oh, and I turn this to a smart object, so like, you know, the blur I can turn on to.
Nice.
So that's like a pretty cool way to do it too. I should
See,
probably
smart
do that
objects,
more. Yeah.
haha.
Turn off temporarily. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to see that.
You got a Wacom Cintiq Pro today. Congratulations, Dana Pride. Oh, I'm so excited to see what you create. This is going to be awesome. Are you entering the challenge by chance?
Need a flying dragon. Which dragon should we use?
Maybe we can ask chat
I know, right?
which one they like.
Which one you guys like?
You could like choose.
I want
a
to
couple
add
of
a
them.
dragon somewhere here, maybe.
Maybe you could pick 3 and then let them choose from
Yeah.
like the 3.
I
that
want
you really
one
like.
here and maybe one here.
Yeah. I
So
think that would be
if I want
good.
to add stuff, let's say, let me group this real quick. Put this to dragon, right? That should be the one. Okay. This is the
Tim's like all of them.
all of them.
Every dragon.
So probably have one, maybe one here. One here. I don't know. Well, that looks cool.
Yeah, it might look cool if it was overlapping the castle a
Yeah.
little bit too. But ultimately up to you.
So if they have to be really dark, then.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
You think so? Like right there?
Could be cool, maybe lower.
Might be hard to see, huh? Because it's like
Yeah.
blending into the castle.
Won't know till we get it in there and
Yeah.
kind of move them around and stuff.
We'll see. Let's see if it does work.
The
What?
blue eyes white dragon, please. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh fans in chat. Wow.
I was like looking for
Wow.
it.
And
Yu-Gi-Oh?
I get trolled
Yeah.
for bringing up Star Wars, but we've got Yu-Gi-Oh fans in chat. Okay, guys. I'll send you all to the Shadow Realm.
That'll
I
be
will-
that'll be the next.
The heart of the cards is strong with me, okay? Calm down, everyone.
That'll be the next challenge. How to create Yu-Gi-Oh character in real life. I was like,
Just make like the hair look real, like his crazy like wild hairdo.
for real. First, we need a real like cosplayer with
Yeah.
like all like stuff on them, and we'll figure out from there. You know, I say, find a dragon. You can put what?
Perched on one of the spires. That could be cool. If it was on one of the towers of the castle, that could be neat. Monier says a purple dragon to make Val like the work more. All artwork, in my opinion, could always do with more purple. White lightning. What's up, Jordan? Good to see you.
Let's see, would this work? So usually before I license them, I'll actually put them into what do you call this? Preview photo. And in here, did I just download it somewhere? Oh yeah. We can just drag it to the app. Test it out real quick.
Awesome.
Put it
That
right
one
there.
looks like, yeah, it could be, or it could be like on one of the little.
I'm just gonna blur it real quick
little
so it looks
things.
better. Wow. 27. You know, I'm still curious like what music are they like listening
Oh yeah,
right now.
what are you guys listening to right now? Is it the cat song? I hope it's the cat song. I've always wanted to design to the cat song, but
Why? How come we're not allowed to have like cat sounds here?
I know, just cat sounds, like not actual music. We just want cat sounds playing at all times.
Should I put it there? It's hard to say.
I
don't
would try putting it on that one, like maybe a little closer, so it's like he's like gripping it or something. Could be good. Just like up
Like
on the
right
top
there,
right there. Yeah.
right there. Done.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Totally. How do you not Photoshop one to one? Can you see?
Tim Moba says Andrew Applepie is playing. Awesome. Well, when the cat song comes on, let me know, because I want to know that the cat song is playing when it's on.
I kind of want to use this one.
That one's really nice. It's got a nice silhouette shape to it.
Yeah, so I think that's like also like when it comes to design like this, my professor did tell me it's like it's better to have like a strong silhouette for your characters. Easy to recognize, so
Exactly.
people can like understand what it is right away. Yeah.
But the purple dragon power will be with you. Yeah.
Purple dragon.
My level of power is always at purple dragon power, like at all times.
Really?
Yeah, there's no up or down from there. It's just like constantly dragon power energy all the time. Yeah. That's why my hair's so big. Because it's like dragon power at all times. Val is Spyro then. That's exactly what I am. Exactly. Camilla
funny.
Photo, good to see you. Welcome in.
Let's try that. And
We've got 16 minutes until the challenge submission deadline, guys. So get those entries in pretty soon. I can't wait to see them.
So how does that work? They just submit stuff to?
Yeah, so
Or-
if they want to compete in the Little Dreams Challenge, they're working on their entries right now. And we have got in the challenge tab, we've got the details and the requirements for the challenge, as well as a link they can click that will send them to WooBox where they can upload their image. And then it gets sent to the gallery where
That's
I can pull
fun.
them all up and show them off. It's pretty neat.
So at this point, it's probably why it's easier to use smart object, so I don't have to keep doing the blur.
Over and over again.
Yeah, over and over again. So it's like funny, like every time I'm editing, like if I want to get back to the mood or to the zone, then I become like quiet, and I just like forgot that I'm live and like doing the editing and talking of that.
Well, if
It's
you need to
like, what am I
focus,
doing
I'll
again?
tap dance. And,
Help me.
Yeah. And keep them occupied.
Keep them entertained.
Yes.
Are you entertained? On the Gladiator or?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Wish I every time we like talk about like a meme or something, we can just pull out like a prop and like wear it, and then just like react the whole thing.
I wish.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
Yes, it can take a moment for your submission to appear. So if you submit your piece and you don't see it right away, just give it a little while.
Ooh, I forgot to add noise.
Panicking. Don't worry, Alberto.
Ba-ba-bum. Gotta add noise. Something like that. Okay, so now we have that should be fine.
Awesome.
Cool. And
Yeah, that's a great silhouette. You can definitely tell what that is from far away. Like when the image is zoomed out, you can still be
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, couple of dragons.
So the thing with this one is that if I want to put it far away, it was like a little bit hard to see the silhouette. Like this
Yeah.
silhouette is like way better.
That one's much more readable.
So
I
yeah,
guess.
silhouette is a really good friend. All right, cool. So now I'm gonna show you guys how I usually do at this point, because with all the color, right, I can throw in like some gradient map or all these different things. But I think like in the original concept when I did, I actually bring into the Lightroom. So I'm gonna try to do the same.
Okay.
So if I have this, it should be this. Nope, that's the actual photo. I'm just throwing PSD real quick.
So used to seeing Voodoo Val in the comments. Oh yeah, I'm usually manning the chat right now.
Oh really?
Yeah, yep. Keeping them in line, making sure they're behaving themselves.
Which is right here, right now.
Yeah, I know. Now I
So
can
I actually have
talk
a
to you guys.
filter built in for that already. I'm just gonna try to click it and hopefully it work.
Ooh, let's see.
It's too bright.
It still looks cool. Like her dress is a really nice
Yeah.
red.
So let's get back in here. Let's see what was really bright. There you go. Exposure was high up. Wait. Probably go with that kind of feeling. And then bring out the contrast a little bit higher. Bring the highlight down.
That's
Probably do
awesome. That nice like sapphire blue kind of color is just so pretty.
Bring that.
Pretend. Tim's like, you guys can pretend I'm Val, and then he goes, Star Wars, Kylo Ren, purple. Literally the only things I ever really say. Let's be honest.
That's good. All right. So this is all the tool that I like to use, just like playing with everything, because sometimes just like one little change of a different tool might just bring like a completely different result to your photo. So it's always different. All right, so this is like before and after throwing into the Lightroom.
Nice.
Highlight's a little bit strong on her, around there. So point bring, I'll still like brighten like the image here.
Love it.
But what I'll actually do is I'm gonna check if I can bring this part. Whoa, that is the run tool. There you go. That's why. So I think when I made the filter, I actually have like the different thing was in there. So the adjustment mask was on it.
Gotcha.
So I'm actually gonna bring her darker.
So you're saying this is our opportunity to be rowdy, Val. Not even close to what I'm saying. Nice try.
It's funny.
Yeah, having it like brighter, or like a little bit brighter around her too, really like pulls her out of the piece, and that's just so
It's just
cool.
not like blending too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could also add like a brightness thing on the top of this, just to see that focus.
Oh, cool.
That right there, but that's a different, all kind of way to do it. But yeah, something like that.
Very nice.
Yeah. So
Kinda
before
pulls
and
it out.
after.
Very
You guys can
cool.
see right here, brightening it up. So that's one of the way to do it. Then I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna show you guys the next project. Is it next project?
Yeah, yeah.
How far away from the winning chat thing?
Ooh, we are 10 minutes out from the challenge submission deadline, so you guys should be getting your entries in pretty soon here. And then we are going to take a break and go through all of them, offer some advice, and kind of talk about each piece.
So this is the next one. It's probably you guys also like from the Little Dream Challenge. So it's actually the body of this girl on the top of it, actually like mask her out, and then putting the stars and city into the dark space.
I'm so excited.
So
for
I'm actually
this.
gonna show you guys how to make this one with some of the fun tools. I don't think I have the original photo. It's somewhere in my computer.
Oh, that reminds me. We wanted to see the new dragon piece versus the old dragon piece, and maybe see like the difference between, because you did change some things.
I need to open my Lightroom real quick, so I close it. But yes, let's do that real quick to see the new one is that, and then I guess I can just import the old one too.
That blue is fabulous. It is, Brienne.
You
it
are.
is.
No, you. It's like the argument. Okay. So, if I'm correct, now we have. Is this the old one?
Yeah, because it only has the one dragon.
It looks so dark. Maybe I'll throw in this in there too. No. Nope. Mm-mm.
How much brighter is the new
it's
one?
dark. Yeah, the new
Yeah.
one's way bright. I feel like, is that the extra one?
I think so. Yeah.
Apparently. And the new one is very different.
Yeah. I like it. I like it with all of the, like, more than one dragon, and I love it with the lights and stuff on the castle and everything.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool.
Might go back later today and then just do like a quick fix. I think the old one with the castle blending more shadow into the background. The new one, the light is really bright on the castle. I do like the two dragon on the top.
Yeah.
And then the more red popping on her.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's like very different one.
I think
But yeah.
those lights and stuff that you added higher in the castle and the second
Yeah.
one too kind of tie in like the red of her dress
Yeah.
and stuff, and like the brightness on her dress, like at the waist area, is so nice.
Yeah, so this is the first one and this is the second one.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool.
Definitely better dragons. Jimmy agrees.
The more dragon, the better. I agree.
Compliment fight. I love your work. You're amazing. Take that.
All right, so this one, actually, what's the, do you know the actual website to the contest?
Yeah, actually, there is a, let's see. I can pull that
Actually, I
link
think it's on
up.
my Instagram.
Because it's on the challenge page, I believe. Yeah, here we go.
So I'm gonna show you guys how to make. Well, this is like a different version because like she's like way smaller, just to fit the ratio on this. Because the crop ratio was different from like the Instagram one. So if you go on Instagram, this is the original concept I had
That's
for
awesome.
that. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make this exactly what to do it.
Yeah, we got about 6 minutes until the deadline.
Yeah, so first I'll duplicate this photo, and then what I want to do is to replace probably this part right here to the background, and then adding her to top of that, you know.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna try some new method, new tool on this, because when I was making this, I think I was still on the 19 is like in the test stage, so a lot of tools like different than what it has now. So I think I made it on the Photoshop 18. Cool. So I'm gonna try to use select subject to see if Adobe Sensei will help me pick it up exactly.
Yeah.
So clean, you know, it's
Good
pretty clean.
stuff.
So like there's still a lot of like small stuff right here, and this is where I go back in to fix it. So this is where I decide if I want to work on the red or work on the color.
What do you usually go for? Does it
Usually I work
or?
on the red so I can see everything, but in this case we might do that. But I also have like a really select one PSD, but I can do that on here. Yeah. So this is all about like selecting and masking. A lot of people like prefer to use what do you call that? Pen tool. For me, like I just like to use this way, like brushing on the mask. But I'm gonna test to see what if I select the color range, just to see what's a better method. So that doesn't really come up that clean. So if I click,
I think because her dress is too close to the background.
To the color with that.
Yeah.
So that's a no-go. So let's try Magic Wand tool. It's close enough. Does a better selection on the hands. But overall, I think let's just go back with this.
Yeah, Tim says not too bad, Sensei.
Not too bad, Sensei. And then we can try this. Selecting mask is always like a cool way to use it too, because like her clothes and background is really similar color. So I don't know how the final result is gonna look like. So I'm gonna try to brush on it. Yeah. It's a little bit slow on my computer sometimes. I don't know why. You see, it's like doing this. So for me, I was like, in this case, I don't feel like doing that. So I might just like go ahead and use this.
Just kind of select in there.
More silly method.
Hello, Timo. Welcome in. It's good to see you.
So to make sure that all the selection goes like really good, so I'll just actually repaint the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what Chandler was saying. Might have to default to the good old pen tool.
Yeah, like some people just say like, oh, this like the method I use is like a little bit slower, but I enjoy it.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe one day I'll actually master the pen tool. You know, then I'll get used to it. Like select the edge around it. Yeah, I don't know why. Just never like pen tool.
Sometimes there's so many different things that you can use for the same project in Photoshop that there are some tools people will just like never really use, I think, depending on what you're doing in Photoshop. That always kind of like amazes me because like you do the compositing and work with photos, and I do like the paintings. So even with just our difference in subject matter and genre and stuff, there's probably tools that you use that I like never touch, and vice versa.
Right.
You know?
I feel like most of the Photoshop composite people I know, they use a pen tool a lot too. Things like in a lot of like fashion company retouching, they like to use pen tool too, but I still like this. I tried it like a few times. I'm just like, it was like, yeah, because most of the time it's like the curve thing. I couldn't like do it fast enough, but I think I just need like some time to practice, and like probably I'll be like super fast, you know, yeah.
Yep.
So hopefully soon I'll be able to master that tool.
Jan Eric says to be sure that we hum the Imperial March when we view his submission.
Ooh.
Can do.
What?
Can do. He said he was gonna do
we can't.
We can. We can. I think we can.
Please.
Maybe.
That'd be so fun.
Let's see. I'm gonna pull these up real quick. Because we have got 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yep, and then we are gonna go through all of the submissions. I'm so excited.
Oh, so I won't be able to show them how to do this?
We might have some time afterwards.
Okay. Well, in that case, now you know how my selection method is. So, let me pull out that file real quick. Where is it? I'm already selecting one. So I'll just show you guys how
He's
is it
pulling
done,
a Martha Stewart on us, guys.
Is that how she does?
Yeah, because she's always like, this is how you make this pie.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
And then she goes back and she's like, here's the pie already
Voila!
made. Ta-da!
Ta-ta! Magic!
That's great.
So yeah, this is like the selection. You can see the bottom one I didn't like finish selecting because I don't need that part. So usually I'll turn white and black on just to see if my mask is perfect.
Nice.
Is like as close as how I want it to be. So I think on this file, the everything looks pretty clean. unheard. So in that case, I'm just gonna drag her into this one. Boom. Duplicate that, and then apply the layer mask, because I'm gonna do something to it later. And then now let's replay. So I have, how many minutes I have?
You have 52 seconds.
52 seconds.
But we can probably work on it a little bit.
Let's see if I can change it in the 52 seconds.
Yeah, let's see if we can do it.
Where's content?
You're on a timetable.
Please,
he's like, no, too much pressure. Voodoo Val's supposed to be nice, but she's not.
She's okay.
She's rushing me.
All right, let's see. Come on, Photoshop, pick it out, pick it out, pick it out. Yeah.
There we go. A wild ballerina suddenly appeared. Yes.
Exactly.
15 seconds.
No.
You
Yeah.
failed, Ted. You gotta go home.
I'm just gonna take my time, you know.
I mean, we'll give them a little more time because, like I said, it does take a little bit of time sometimes for the submissions to show up. So
yeah.
That is the challenge deadline for this segment. We've just hit it, but I am going to refresh and make sure I got everything, and then we will flip over and look
if you always
through them.
pretend to be nice, are you actually just nice?
Listen.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, that's nice, right?
I suppose.
Hey, I broke my CC again, guys.
I can hear your...
Time for the... Oh, you can hear the fans like start to spin.
Just chugging along.
Time for
we are at the
MacBook.
deadline though,
Yeah.
so we can switch over real quick. I can pop us over and look at these submissions. All right, so here is the first one. If you want to check it out, this is really cool. It's very dark, but it kind of reminds me of that famous old painting where all the clocks are melting and stuff.
The Dali's melting clock one?
I think so. Yeah. That's kind of what it reminds me of. It looks like they're getting
what's happening?
like sucked up by a tornado or something here. They're kind of holding each other. And
I like the
everything.
dogs like fetching one of the clock too. You know?
Yeah, the dog's fine too.
So are we trying to turn the time back, or like we don't want to get old?
maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
Dark message.
That's super awesome. And then let's see. This is cool.
Ooh, diving into that space. I like that.
Yeah,
That's
kind of
so
like
fun.
because you were talking about like using, I mean, in some of your work even you use like water and stuff.
Yeah,
things
so
in
there's like water
that
and the
doesn't,
stars. I
you
think
know.
that's like a very common concept that people use.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing for the next one is like, what can I do next to make it like slightly different?
Yeah.
Since like this concept is like very popular right now, so I was like, ooh, what can I make for the next trending thing, or like something crazy, you know?
Yeah. Very, very cool. And feel free to offer any feedback to any of them for maybe how they can improve and what they can do or what they're doing very well. This looks like, I think that this is the same guy. Like he took photos of himself in several poses, and this is the same dude.
What?
Yeah, like
that's hella funny.
The guy's
The
holding
coolest part is
him.
like, how does he hold himself up?
Maybe he photoshopped his face onto his buddy that he's holding. I don't know.
But if you have to do it all by yourself, how would you do it?
I don't know. You could probably
You have to
take a picture of yourself
hold that pose and go
and Photoshop
back
yourself.
to it.
You could take a picture of yourself like that. Like
Yeah,
if
it
you put
might
your
have
camera
like
on
a
the timer.
object or something. You put it there to align
And then
yourself with it.
Photoshop yourself
That's fun.
while you're standing in that pose, and that's really cool. That's pretty awesome. Very clever. This is from Tim. I know it's from Tim. This is Rufus Deutschler, photoshopped as Strider from The Lord of the
Nice.
Rings.
The
Very
sword
cool.
here.
Yeah, very nice. And this one, ooh, I like this one a lot. This is really cool. There's like this guy is like got his paper and he's just like minding his own business, and then we've got the tiger up here who is like kind of creeping around trying to sneak up behind him. This guy is in a very unfortunate situation. Can you see the
I almost
tiger
missed that
that's there?
tiger.
Just
like,
back there.
Someone is up to something.
And then, oh, this is adorable. This is like a little Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, that's so cute.
Aww, she's got her little dress on and everything. I love this. This is very cool. I'm gonna say I think for this one, like maybe because I'd love to offer feedback and stuff since they're submitting these to the contest and stuff. I would say maybe work on adding shadows underneath the character here, or maybe just like brightening this up so that the shadows of the character show up a little bit more, to make her look like she kind of fits in with the scene that you've put her in.
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
Slightly like perspective and then the lighting matching, and the shadow. I think that's like a lot of like important thing, like how to match stuff together. So like when you consider all of those detail, and then it just looks like more close to the background you're trying to blend them in.
Yeah.
Yes. Totally.
Make it look like it all belongs. Oh, here's another one by the same person. This is cool too. This is like really a whole scene. Let me see if I can actually zoom in just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Oh, there's like some little creatures and stuff in there. I think I would say the same thing here. Like as you can see, like the creatures who are in this painting, they have like a little shadow that's cast behind them. I would say add in the same thing for the other character here, so that she looks like she belongs in the scene. The lighting is the same, maybe some like green rim light there, similar to these guys up here, so it looks like that light is bouncing off of her and stuff, but very cool.
It's
I like
really
the
cool.
theme.
I like the gesture of the posture of the girl too, right? Because the little monster or ghost, I don't know, little aliens like
Little
looking
creatures.
away,
Yep.
probably, and she's like kind
Just
of
kinda
looking back.
Yeah.
So she's like, should I keep going with them or should I go
don't
home?
know, yeah.
My mom is not following me, and I'm about to go trick or treat in some like other planet right there. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, as you say, like. This, especially in this one, like you already have like a reference photo how everything shines and glow.
Yeah.
So even just like darken her in the image and bring that highlights around her, and then the hairs, and then the little thing and casting shadow, it looks like way like close to the subject next to her.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's check out the next one. Oh, this is cool. More like cool space stuff. Let's see if I can zoom out so we can get the whole
Jellyfish,
image here.
that's my favorite
Yeah.
thing. Jellyfish all day.
It looks like she's
I love
actually like
jellyfish.
sitting on the moon here. Yeah.
Dancing with the jellyfish.
I think the same comment from the last ones kind of goes here. If she's supposed to be sitting on the moon and not just having the moon in the background, I would say add some shadow and stuff to make it look like it's really cradling her.
Yeah.
But I think the pose and the subject matter is really interesting, and I think that the hue of or the color of the fabric that is wrapped around her goes really well with the jellyfish and contrasts really nicely with that blue of the galaxy and stuff behind her.
Yeah,
which is cool.
so, well, in this photo, I'm assuming there might be like different two different combination. So one could be like she's actually sitting on the moon, right? What do you say? Second could be like she's actually dancing from the moon, right?
Yeah.
So it really depends like how
What you
the
want
creator wanted to show. But if it's the case that she's sitting on the moon, you know, and then the lighting might want to be the same directions, because you can see the moon is like curving this way, and then the light is coming out from this direction.
Yeah.
In that direction from the screen. Yeah, so like it should have the similar sunlight casting on her, even though like she's in the space, right?
Yeah.
And the second is like blending the moon to the stars. Sometimes we do forget like if that is the moon, unless the moon is actually that shape, right? Because it depends on the creator how they want to show the moon.
Yeah.
But if it is the traditional like a sapphire moon, the darker part actually doesn't have any stars showing.
Exactly,
Because it's like in front of the stars and then like blocking with that. But it also really depends like how you create that word, and then what's the setting for your word, right? Maybe that's how the moon you want it to be, which is fine, you know, it's great. So that's like some like small details. As you think about placing subjects together, they have like all the different spacing and like all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great advice. All right, let's see. This is really cool. I'd love to know like the context and the purpose of this, but it's like you can see, I guess this is like, maybe this is alcohol, and through the alcohol bottle you can see the car is like banged up, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe it's like a warning, like don't drink and drive. An excellent warning.
Was it?
Yeah,
I
'cause
was
it
just
has-
looking at
I-
it. It
I
looks
just
like it's
realized that, like, the
rainy, and
car-
then there's a car, and then the car was like
It's like banged up
diffused
when
in
you
behind the
look in
water.
the-
So
yeah.
that was really cool. And then there's like water on the bottles and on the foreground.
Very cool.
So
That's
is that
a
almost
cool message.
trying to see? Yeah.
I would say
really
though,
dark.
I think
It's trying
that
to
yeah,
see.
the background is pretty dark, so maybe lighten that up a little bit so that we can see everything in the scene around it.
Or even like the highlight on top of the bottle, just a little bit.
Yeah, so
around
it doesn't fade into the
So,
background
yeah.
there.
Because I can see
very
the
cool.
bottle right away, but I wasn't sure like what was in there. But as you pointed out, it was the car. I was like, oh my god, that's really cool. You know, that the detail on the water was the reflection was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
But I think if you really want to show that background, since you have all these elements in the frame, kind of playing with that brightness there would probably do you some good so that we can see everything that's in the frame. But very cool, nice message, very clever too. So very interesting. This is cool. Got a little bit of. I wonder if this is. It looks like that like photo and then, but it also kind of looks like a painting to me too. So I wonder if it's a photo and a painting or two photos.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, very neat.
So sad. It's like, what happened? Is she in the
Why are you
memory of the
crying?
wedding? No.
No.
So it was like, hello, darkness, my old friend. So, yeah.
This is the one from Jan Eric.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
I have to sing it. That's
This
so
is
cool.
great. This is awesome. I like actually would like get a print of something like this. This is pretty cool. I got that Star Destroyer coming through. You know, kind of about
So
to
much
pass
details
over.
on
Yeah.
it.
And all the TIE fighters like in there and that Death Star. It's looking good, man. This is rad. Yeah, the lens flare up here,
On the
very
top
cool.
and the
Yep,
bottom and
yep,
the
yep.
font,
I
that's
like
really
how
cool.
half of it is like Jedi colors and then half of it is like Sith colors too. I don't know if that was on purpose, but I see what you did there. I noticed that and I like it.
Nice.
Very cool. So great work.
Very cool.
This is super interesting. There's a lot of different colors and stuff going on here.
Whoa.
I would say
That's so trippy.
in this one as well. I mean, unless you're going for more of an abstract kind of look, I would say kind of play around with adding in some atmosphere so there's like a little bit of depth between the different elements in this one. Otherwise, it will look very flat. But still very interesting. I like how there's like planets and everything, but the planets kind of look like they're floating in water.
So it looks like it's a river of the planets that's in the Rainbow River or something, and then there's like fish
Rainbow
flying
fish.
into it, and this bird pick out this fish and
The
getting
fish is on
baked
fire.
in the
Yeah.
sun that was on fire, and now I'm hungry because I'm thinking about baked fish, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But I was looking
Same.
and I was like, oh, that's like really cool. I think the concept is really cool that they have the planets in the river with the fish, you know.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but it's like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
I like I do like the reflections of the water.
I
with the
do
sun.
like that a lot
That's
too. That
really
yellow right
detailed.
there.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. And then the highlights on the birds.
On the bird's
the
wing
wings
here,
is
yeah.
great. Fish on fire got turned red. Yeah, but the reflection is really cool.
Yeah, very, very cool work. All right, and we're gonna go. This is neat.
Ooh, deers!
Kinda
I love deer.
Deer in the fog here. Got a little bit of that atmospheric like haze in the back there. It's very interesting. Any feedback or advice for this one?
I'm trying to see what's on the top of the. Is it lens flare on the?
I think it might be like the
bokeh.
what is the word I'm looking for? Like light leaks kind of
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
up there. But I think it could also be maybe misconstrued as like a sunset
Yeah.
as well, or maybe it is a sunset and then there's just also the leaks here, which I would say like the placement of it is either very clever or maybe you didn't intend to do that.
Yeah, and the deer on the right side, right?
This one here? The
Yeah,
smaller one?
I was trying to match with the deer on the left side because they don't look that far away. So like it should probably look a little bit more similar to each other, but it definitely would be like darker haziness, like just
In the
to
back,
blend into the back.
Definitely, because if that deer is supposed to be like way far in the background, it would actually be a lighter color than the one that is super close to the camera here.
Yeah.
And like you said, it doesn't really look like they're that far apart. But if you wanted it to look like they were very far apart, you could do that, and then do the same kind of atmospheric touch-ups on the wood there, so that the wood looks like it's like receding back into the background, and maybe add more depth there, which is cool. And then I think that might be it. I'm gonna take some time to refresh one more time, just in case. Nope, that's what we got. So thank you guys so much for all of these wonderful submissions. These are so rad. And remember, we're giving feedback and stuff on these for the entries that you guys create, but you would be submitting them to the Little Dream Challenge, which there is more information on that in the challenge tab. You guys can get the link to that challenge and submit your final piece there. Maybe after taking into consideration some of the tips and advice that we offered, touch them up a little bit, and then send them off to the contest. There's also going to be another segment right after ours. Alexandria and Paul will be back. There's going to be a deadline for that one too. So if you guys maybe work on your entries during that segment, and then submit it maybe for some more feedback after you add some things or remove some things or edit some stuff, make some changes, and then I wish you all luck in the Little Dream Challenge. It's gonna be fun. Very excited.
I'm super excited for tomorrow's live because we're gonna actually do something fun. Hopefully it will go well. We're actually just like, instead of me bringing like a file to work on or showing you guys how it is done, we wanted to let you guys like throw in some like words or keywords for any theme of that, and then we're gonna try to composite live with like all the ideas you guys throw at us. So I'll probably break it down with like, give me a theme, a color, or subjects, and then a dancer or something, and then we're gonna try to see like what I can come up with.
So start brainstorming and stuff now, and you guys can show up tomorrow and share your ideas. We do still have about 15 minutes left, so if you want to continue working on that, maybe guys, get your last minute questions in to Ted if you guys have any questions, Galena,
I'm on my screen now.
about 10 minutes left. Galeno Marius, you might have missed the segment for today, but like I said, there is another segment coming up after this, and even though the next segment is going to have the last deadline for us to review and give you feedback, the actual challenge is not over, because this is a little bit different than we usually do it this week. So if you want some more details on that, check out the challenge tab. Jimmy says, "Oh, I'm so in. That is awesome."
Yeah. Is that Spider-Man or Deadpool?
I think it's Spider-Man. Pretty sure it's Spider-Man. Yeah.
Which Spider-Man though? The Iron Spider-Man? Or
I don't know. Yeah.
I just saw
Iron
that
Spider?
profile. I was like, ooh.
We don't know. 10-minute race to finish. Yeah. So
I can finish in probably 10 minutes.
You want to go for it? Go, or maybe just see how far you can get.
All right, let's do this. So
timetable again.
Because we save a lot of minutes, like while I have the pre-selection done, So now I'm just creating a mask and trying to resize her. I can probably do that and then like tilt it. Because she's like going
so
up,
nice.
So I'm just gonna keep doing it. Maybe that size should be pretty cool. And then I'm gonna bring it lower to match with the mask. I'll fix the background in a bit. So right now I'm just gonna change the saturation of the blue.
He says it is Iron Spider, by the way. He has confirmed that it's Iron Spider.
I see.
Into the Spider-Verse. Oh, yes.
And then I'm gonna apply a layer mask to that and that. This is like a fun challenge to see how fast I can finish all this. Masking it, blending the clothes.
Right
Sub
on.
the edge. So it looks like she's wearing a dress. And now we're gonna try to fix the background on that. I'll probably just use the clone tool and then brush behind her. Probably around there should be fine. And now we're gonna fix this real quick.
Oh, we were just talking about that yesterday. It seems to be the thing that's catching people is the shift button when you're transforming.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like it's always I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's taken some getting used to, but I think ultimately, in my opinion, I kind of like that it's like that because I don't have to hold anything down.
In my perspective, is that it will make more sense for new users who never used Photoshop before. You know.
So we'll have to relearn it, but I think that it'll be nice.
Because they'll be like, oh, okay, like that makes more sense. Because I actually had like people who asked me, they just got into Photoshop. They're like, hey, how come like this is not a thing? You know, like why I have to hold shift to fix everything to keep that ratio in perspective. So the new update, I think, will be way easier for a beginner to use.
Yeah.
It does like sometimes like I forgot about it on the. While I'm using it, just like what am I doing again? And I was like, oh, that's right, it's not working.
And I think too, like when I first started getting into Photoshop, that was one thing where I would go to size something or move something, and it would just like the ratio would get all messed up, and I'd be like, why does it do this? I see other people in their videos like, you know, do it so well, but mine does this. And then somebody had to, it was actually my dad. My dad was like, just the shift button, hun.
The shift button.
Do the shift button. And I was like, oh, okay. So it'll be cool, you know, first time users or new users, people jumping into Photoshop, I think it'll make much more sense.
I'm just gonna see if I can blend that better on the back. So yeah. What can I do to fix this?
Once I dial that into my brain, can't teach an old dog. Oh, Mark, you'll be okay.
How many minutes I got?
You have got maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
2 and 3 minutes?
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Like 5 minutes? Okay,
5 minutes.
5 minutes if you need it.
That's impossible, but I should take the challenge anyway because it's fun.
Yeah, challenge accepted, guys.
Yeah, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
You know?
It can be hard to break that muscle memory for sure. Yeah, I think like that's the only thing is I always reach for it, but I'm weird and I kind of reach for my Photoshop hotkeys even when I'm not actually using Photoshop.
Your makeup.
I was telling him yesterday when I do my makeup in the morning and I'm like messing with my eyeshadow, if I mess up, I actually reach for Control-Z and it's really embarrassing even though I'm all by myself. I'm just like, oh no. I am such a Photoshop nerd. Look at me. So I think that, you know, I would be having an issue anyways.
So you're probably hella confused what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to break that and then to see if I can trick the Photoshop to patch that part. But it's not working that well.
It's getting there. It's getting
It's
there.
getting there. You see that little thing? I'm gonna have to. Oh, okay. I see. What is it?
Tim is right. We will be back with Alexandria and Paul in 10 minutes. Very excited. They just walked into the studio. Hi guys. Good to see everybody. Everyone's excited. Do entries show up in the gallery once submitted? It does take a little bit of time for the entries to show up. So if you don't see yours just yet and you did just submit, don't worry. But if you guys are planning on entering the contest, remember this segment is the last segment of the day coming up after us here. And it is also the last chance you guys will have to submit your entries for feedback before submitting it to the main contest. So if you're hoping to do that, I would say kind of come to a close, start to wrap those up so that you can get the feedback you want.
Boom, 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 boom.
Look at you.
Like,
Almost.
This is crazy. It's impossible to do. And you want to turn this to screen. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
So quick. That was so fast. It's almost working.
I just got super fast brush this real quick.
Oh man. I'm so proud of you. I'm so impressed right now. You just finished the whole thing.
So pretty much, yeah. Don't have time to explain, but it's happening, guys.
But that's 2 different pieces in 2 hours. That's fast. That's so fast. Well, not even 2 hours because we looked at challenge entries. We did a giveaway.
All the detail. You
Look
know,
at
you know
that.
what I'm doing right now. You just brush it in. You know, the fine detailing. You know what I mean.
Nice
woohoo!
stuff.
And then
Nice.
just gonna do it really fast. Little mistake. It's okay. We just tend to ignore those little mistakes. Right?
They're happy accidents.
We'll make like small mistake in life. You know, sometimes we just gotta look past
Just
it.
Bob Ross it, there's a happy little
exactly,
star
right?
here and a happy little star here.
Yeah, totally. But,
Awesome.
yeah. And then you want to blend in all this grass thing in a little bit.
Very cool.
And do that. And then you can unlink the mask. Now you have the full freedom to move them up or higher to show a little bit of city landscape or not. And
That is awesome.
yeah. Sometimes I'll use like the, I think this brush is actually in Photoshop already. But where did it go? I put it right here, 112. So it's like
the grass brush.
Yeah, the grass, and then you can turn on all the different pattern. So just
that
to make sure
yeah.
like everything like looks slightly different.
Yeah.
And then you can use that to brush into a grass area like that. You know, it's also
Gotcha.
really good for fur or like any kind of like different stuff.
You need
But
to add
in
a
this
little
case,
bit.
since we're on the race with time, I'm just gonna use this to brush the in. Yeah, because the dark will like blending nice with the blend mode, and then we just add some star back in there, and voila, kind of. Oh wait,
Ta-da!
not yet. Wait, wait, I need to add a moon. Wait, a moon,
to add a
freaking moon. Ah! Wait, hold on. Yeah.
There we go.
Wait, no. You put in this, and then use eraser, and then use the same one, and then you kind of like cut it up like that, maybe, right?
There
And
we
then,
go.
Now you double click on it. Hold on. And then use the auto glow, and then you look at it. Wait, where's this bit? Oh yeah, kind of bring it down a little bit.
There
like
we
size
go.
it up, and then I bring that a little bit, kind of like that. Yay!
I'm so proud of him. Are you guys proud of him?
And then you
I'm
kinda
super
turn
proud of
it
him.
right there.
All
Boom! Booyah!
That's what
Done.
we got.
Done.
That was awesome. High five, man.
Nailed it.
Oh,
Totally nailed it.
yes. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. That is our time for today. I hope you guys stick around for the next segment. We've got Paul and Alexandria. He's breathing heavy. All that rigorous designing.
God, how do you do your work in like
But
5
thank you
minutes?
guys so much. That was awesome. Definitely check out Ted's Instagram and Ted's website for more of his awesome content. And stay tuned for the next segment. Bye, everyone.